Hello and welcome to the 8th ever episode of Press A2 Podcast. I'm your host Jacob Hujik, and with me today is Scott McPherson.
Hey man.
Brandon Williams.
Hey.
Taylor Severn.
Hello.
And Mike Murphy.
Hi.
Yes, and today we're going to be talking about our top 3 games, of 2014.
He's just so used to saying top 10.
Top 10!
I don't think if I even tried, I could come up with top 10 games for 2014.
Right, yeah. No kidding.
Yeah. Suffice to say, none of us play a shit ton of games. Like, we're not reviewers or anything. But we managed to scrape it together 3. Yeah, yet. Not professional.
If you haven't figured that out already.
But we did manage to scrape together 3, which we'll be talking about today.
First podcast of the new year.
First, yes. Another thing we should mention is the first podcast of 2015.
Way to stay on the ball.
Oh man, it's just we're so on
Point.
the round thing with
The nipple?
Words.
We are so on that.
So yeah, the conversation is going to be about our top 3 games of 2014. The qualifiers basically were we had to play it, and it had to be from 2014.
Wait, I had to play it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, there goes Taylor's whole list.
But yes, those were the only qualifiers. We were considering maybe doing just games that we had played during 2014, which would have filled up the list, but fuck it, you know?
Shit, one of the games that I picked was from 2012.
Oh
No, leave
my
it.
god.
Leave it. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. It
Just
came
for
out
shits
in
and gigs,
2014
what game
for
was it?
you.
I have one of
We'll
my
find
things is not really a thing, so we'll get to that later.
I think we all
Jesus
at least have one
Christ.
thing that's not actually a thing, it seems.
Well, I mean, no, mine are all things.
You know what?
Yeah,
I
goddamn
could.
it,
I could've-
Brandon. You ruined.
I could have had a thing that wasn't going to be a thing, but it really is a thing.
Should we
I
move
got-
on?
I got redemption.
I
I've got
think
redemption.
we should move on. So I think we'll start. Does anyone want to start?
Doesn't matter to me,
I'll
man.
start
Taylor will
with my
start.
first game. And my first game would be of 2014 Hearthstone. It's a pretty damn good game.
Oh, didn't we just talk about that?
Yeah, and so I don't need to stay
Imagine
much
that.
because we literally have a podcast about that you can go watch right now, and
do?
that'll sum up my thoughts on Hearthstone, probably, hopefully.
Is there
And
anything
yeah,
you want to
Hearthstone.
add? Like, just give it a little blurb. Like, why is it your top game of the year?
Because it's a nice, very simple card game that you can just sit down, play, easy to pick up. The new expansion came out, Goblins vs. Gnomes, and it changed a lot. It added new things, and I'm excited for what it can bring in the new year.
Now, didn't Hearthstone actually come out in 2013?
The beta did. We already discussed this. It came out this year.
But the
last year.
expansion
Shut up.
came out this year.
No, last year. 2014. It came out, and the expansion both came out in 2014.
Yeah,
It was
that's what I'm saying.
officially released in 2014.
Yes.
There you go.
So Taylor, one more question before you move on to your next game. Are your games in a particular order, or just these were your favorite games of the year?
They're not super in a particular order. And should I do like all mine now and then I don't have to talk for the rest of the podcast? Because I don't know about that.
No, I think we'll do it. You're right. We'll do it one at a time. But yeah.
So we're doing number 3s first?
Well, if yours is in a particular order, then yes.
Good.
Yeah.
I guess I could order mine, yeah.
I'm ready.
So yeah, Taylor, anything else about Hearthstone?
Can't wait to play it.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, you'd think that's a qualifier, but I guess not.
Wait, you said all that shit about Hearthstone being the most amazing game on the face of the earth, and you haven't played it?
Oh no, I've played it. Everything I say is a lie.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I know your secrets.
Exactly.
So now you're screwed.
I can't win against you now.
Yeah, that's true.
Moving on, as this shadow descends on me,
The Shadow of Mordor.
What are
Boom!
you, Darth
next game.
Vader?
I just called you a Shadow of
Perfect
Mordor.
segue.
Except it's not because that game sucked.
No, it didn't.
I
Anyways,
don't think
okay.
that's out anyone's.
My
We're
opinion.
getting
My
beyond the thing.
Whatever.
Anyone else who wants to go next? Mike.
I think Jacob does.
Mike
Or
wants to
no,
go
Mike
next.
does.
Okay.
I'm the only one that can raise my hand, really.
That's
Cameras.
true.
Yeah. So fuck you guys, because I'm the only one that can raise the middle finger.
Oh, rude.
Oh.
Well, I can raise my
Type in
voice.
chat.
Michael.
Okay.
I can
So-
edit my picture so that my hand's a finger.
you could. Why don't you entertain yourself and do that?
Well, now I have to.
He put a Santa Claus hat. He photoshopped it in halfway into the podcast on the Resident Evil. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's pretty good. Watch.
Haven't
Keep
seen
keep an eye out for the sudden snowman hat. Santa Claus
Snowman
hat.
hat. God damn it. Anyway, Mike had a game.
don't
I
think
did
so.
have a game, and until recently, I had an epiphany and realized this game was not from 2014, but from 2012. So the game I was going to say for number 3 position for 2014 was Silent Hill Downpour. Ciao, ciao. Came out 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I played this game, I realized there are a lot of similarities between Silent Hill and The Evil Within. And now that you point out that, well, now that I point out that Silent Hill is from 2012, I realize that The Evil Within is just a giant fucking ripoff of
yeah, no.
Silent Hill.
The whole
It's
point of
ridiculous.
Evil Within was to recreate older games, which
It
Silent
looks-
Hill is kind of in that genre.
Yeah,
The
it is.
Evil Within looks like the Resident Evil team wanted to make Silent Hill and failed horribly.
I would agree with
pretty-
him. Yeah, Taylor has. I mean, I never played it, so I'm talking on my ass, but it's what it looks like to me.
The Evil Within is a lot scarier than Silent Hill.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's also Silent Hill Downpour, which isn't. I don't know if that's the best Silent Hill. So
It probably isn't.
It made his top games of
Probably.
2014, so it's got to be pretty good.
I mean, if we were to go with the
Both
best
years
Silent
running.
Hill, I think number 1 is the best. For
The first Silent Hill?
PlayStation 2, or was it PlayStation 1?
It was probably
I don't know,
PlayStation
but
1.
I think the first Silent Hill was probably my favorite.
I did a demo of Silent Hill: The Room, and it looked pretty good.
The Room.
that was
Or I
actually
think
not
that's
going to
what it
be a
was called.
Silent Hill game. They actually turned it into a Silent Hill game late in the development of that.
Oh, really?
Fun
Probably because
facts.
it had.
Fun facts with Taylor.
I didn't know it was a demo by then.
Oh
But I'll,
Oh god.
I'll change my answer to a game that was created in 2014. And Brandon, I hope I'm not stealing your thunder here, but I don't have an Xbox One, but I do have Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for the Xbox One. I've never played it, and since
Oh.
it's the only other game that I have from 2014, that's my number 3 spot. Yay!
We can't. I actually have
Kevin
a little bit to talk
Spacey
about that.
brought-
Not
to the
stealing my
forefront.
thunder.
I feel like we can actually talk about Advanced Warfighter, even though I don't think any of us have played it.
Brandon
I
has
have.
it.
Oh, you have.
All the,
Brandon's played it.
all the House of Cards fans have played it.
He is a House
Yes.
of Cards fan, actually.
Actually, he plays a great role in that game.
He plays the same role he plays in House of Cards, so.
He
It should
does.
be.
A political genius who wants to
I
take
imagine
over the
he's
world.
just in the middle of a battlefield. He stops and turns to the camera and just starts talking to you, and then continues shooting people.
That's almost what happens, actually.
So, Brandon,
I won't give it away for anyone that actually wants to play the game.
as someone who has played most of the Call of Duties, how does this one stack up to the rest of them?
Honestly, it's probably my second favorite Call of Duty next to COD 4.
Oh snap!
Nice.
I mean, I did not like Ghost, and Modern Warfare 2 was just a pile of bullshit.
Wasn't it technically Call of Duty 4?
Black Ops was okay.
Call of
I
Duty
mean,
4 was
I
the
guess-
first Modern Warfare.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting. That's where I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
So when they came out with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, they totally cut out the 4 part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
Alright,
technically
It was,
the fifth
it was a
game.
bit of a relaunch, really.
It's 4 part
Actually, it was
2.
like the sixth game
Yeah.
because of Yeah,
because of
not
shit.
gonna get
Black
into
Ops.
Yeah. Okay.
Treyarch.
But anyways,
Yeah, that whole
so what
thing.
like what about it did you like so much? I mean, because like Call of Duty 4 was pretty much regarded as like one of the best shooters, and they've all just copied it ever since then. It still sells pretty well. So
Well, I liked COD 4 not only for its storyline, but for multiplayer. I mean, the multiplayer definitely stepped it up. And
definitely at the
COD,
time.
yeah, the new Advanced Warfare is, I feel like it's on the same lines of that, where it kind of stepped it up for the Xbox One.
And
Okay.
that's
It's
it.
definitely a lot better than previous CODs.
I mean, they have
And the storyline is pretty engaging too, I guess. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's Call of Duty. It's kind of what you expect out of it.
okay, and the multiplayer is still phenomenal.
It's excellent. Yeah. There's yeah. I mean, there's still the regular Call of Duty bullshit to it, but it's pretty fun.
Is the storyline better or worse than the Black Ops storylines?
Better.
Good.
Some people would say that the Black Ops storylines are some of the best in the series. I say that as someone who hasn't played any of them
The
since World at War. So
The first
Does
Black
this
Ops
one
wasn't
imply
too
that
bad.
you killed JFK?
I thought you save him.
You want to
you
you
do,
want to kill JFK.
Spoilers, by the end it implies that you are a sleeper agent and that you assassinated JFK.
That sounds pretty cool.
Spoilers.
But anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say about Advanced Warfighter, or Warfare, whatever.
Warfare.
That it was the first Call of Duty game in a long time that had me interested. Like, I almost bought that game. The only reason I didn't was because of their bullshit minimum specs for PC. Like, I can play Battlefield fine on my computer, but for some reason I'm below the minimum specs for Call of Duty.
You're not man enough.
Clearly, I'm just not advanced enough. But besides that tiny fact, yeah, that game looked really interesting. I mean, it looked like they increased mobility quite a bit. Weapon customization is still, they're still improving that, which is one of my favorite aspects of that game. Like, and the whole progression system. I know some people don't like it, but that's one of the reasons why I play games is progression systems. Yeah.
Woohoo!
It sounds like we can move on to Brandon for his first game of 2014.
That would be Titanfall. I
Mm.
mean, I would rank it as like number 3, not a number 1. I mostly like it because it was like strictly multiplayer. I mean, there is a campaign to it, but it's still multiplayer. And I don't know, it kind of just changed things for multiplayer. I felt like it's a lot faster. It's like a huge fast game pace to it. A lot of things happen really quickly, and yeah, I don't really have much else for that one.
Does anyone else
I
have
mean,
any
it's a
experience with Titanfall?
It's a decent FPS, I guess.
Like, Scott, do you have any experience with Titanfall?
I actually never played it. Because like I didn't want to get it for like 360, like Xbox 360 or anything. I wanted to get it for an Xbox One, and by the time I got an Xbox One, I was like, eh.
Yeah, I feel like maybe not support, but the community around Titanfall really fell off. Like, I'm sure there's still people playing it, but it wasn't like the huge sustainable success that I thought they were hoping it was going to be.
Definitely.
Because in a kind of nice bit of serendipity, I guess you'd call it, Infinity Ward, or at least the original founders of Infinity Ward, were the ones who made Call of Duty 4. They left the studio, created Respawn, who is behind Titanfall.
Correct.
So people were quite hopeful that game would be like the next Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Maybe at the time, like, people were really excited about it, but again, it just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. I don't know anyone that plays that game anymore.
When I looked up top 10 games of 2014, Titanfall was on that list.
Oh, really?
I'm not surprised.
Well,
It is a first-person shooter.
Only
mean, I
9
kinda
games
feel
came
like,
out that year anyway.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, I kind of feel like they copied Titanfall a little bit with the speed of the multiplayer games. I mean, everything is really fast paced now. When you look at Titanfall and Call of Duty.
Yeah, I definitely. Well, I don't want to say they copied it because it still takes a while to make a game.
No, I don't want to say they copied it either. I mean, there's
But-
a huge amount of differences, but
yeah, I definitely feel like
Titanfall is definitely the first game that I've played that is that quick in multiplayer. I mean, it's not a slow-paced game. There's a lot going on all the time, and
yeah.
it's only a 6 versus 6 too, which is kind of
because
crazy.
one of the things that I found really interesting about Titanfall, besides the mechs and the parkour and jetpacks and shit, was the fact that it's only even on PC. I don't think it broke over 6 players on each side.
No, it's
Um,
still 6 versus 6.
but there was, like,
I played it on
bots.
PC too.
There's bots on the
Yeah,
field,
there is. There's AI that you can take out,
which
and go on.
I just think like the bots is a really interesting idea. Just it makes the fields more like unless you're playing on a
Full.
computer where you can play on like 50 on 50 people, it makes it just a lot full and more alive.
Yeah.
Well, I think it has to be 6 versus 6 because of the Titans, and you can't have like
I
such
mean,
huge maps. So there's definitely those
yeah,
technical
exactly.
limitations.
Yeah, I think you're right. Is there anything else anyone has to say about Titanfall?
No, let's move on.
Scott,
Gotta keep this
I
going.
Scott, what's your
Ooh,
game of
harsh.
2014? One of them.
Well,
Don't do it, Scott. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hearthstone.
gonna have to say one of my favorite games of 2014 was Destiny.
Oh,
Is that the number 3?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
speaking of Destiny,
Ah.
you can go watch Destiny being played right now if when we're recording this.
You
Yeah,
could.
If you are somehow watching this as we're recording it, you could right now be watching Scott and Brandon play Destiny.
Or you could be
You know
hacking
what?
somebody's
Somebody could
account.
actually be recording this on their PC.
Nah.
Why would
Anyways,
someone record this?
Cough.
Destiny.
I mean, because we could totally use it in the podcast.
Anyways,
Oh, well.
Destiny. I actually want to talk about Destiny because that was one game that, as it was coming out, I was not. I didn't care. People were losing their shit when it came out.
I was very excited for Destiny to
Yeah,
come
I
out.
know you were.
I'll just say that.
I
Did
was
you ever let
too.
Scott talk about this since it's his choice?
You're right,
Ah.
proxy host. Scott, talk about Destiny.
Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much like right from the beginning, I've been waiting for this game. I was waiting for this game to come out, but then like, and it was like the same thing. Like, I didn't want to get it on like Xbox 360 because I wanted to wait until until I got an Xbox One to play because like it's a very pretty game, and I
Yes, it
feel
is.
like if I played it on the 360, it would kind of diminish the whole feel of the game, and I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons I like this game.
Interesting.
Is because of just how like it's pretty, and it's kind of an
It's so
interesting.
pretty.
It's pretty.
Well, you know, like a lot of games, they're just like, here's the game, and they don't care about like the scenery or stuff like that. And like, I think it adds to a game, and it is just a shooter.
You're saying
But-
It's an
the
MMO.
polish really excites you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And
Anything else?
Scott,
you know, like,
Scott really
it's-
appreciates games that have like a lot of
Prettiness.
thought and care put into them by the creators. Like when we did Halo, he was on and on about the creators putting like little bits and pieces of shit to show that like they gave a shit when they made it. I think that's what.
Like
You're
a
getting-
family
Yeah.
of monkeys.
Well,
Yeah,
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 with Halo, I
I-
mean, they wanted that game to last 10 years, and that was their plan
And
from
it
the
almost
get-go.
did.
And bringing it back to
It
Destiny, I mean, this is the same creators that created Halo 1,
right.
and this is what they want with Destiny. They want to make this last at least 8 years. Like, they want
Yeah.
another baby, like they had.
They set their bar lower, not 10 anymore. It's 8. They're not.
Well,
as
I mean,
delusional.
I'm quoting from
Not
what I
as
heard. I heard
delusional,
8
yeah.
years, so...
But
I mean, I don't think they really wanted or knew that Halo was going to reach or was Halo going to be so popular
Halo
in
Reach?
the last 10 years? Shut up, Scott.
I see what
video
you did
game
there.
call
There's
out.
Halo wars going on over here, guys.
Okay, getting away from the really stupid puns.
Talking about
Right?
Halo for you.
Oh no.
Scott,
No.
about
Yeah, what's up?
Destiny.
Yeah.
What else about it besides the polish did you like, or was it just the fact that it was a good shooter but polished to such a high degree?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the only thing, but I like, because I do like shooters, but I was always more pro Halo than like Call of Duty in terms of how shooters are played.
Yeah.
And this
I agree with that.
obviously plays more like Halo than Call of Duty.
That's good. Yeah, one thing I wanted to ask about Destiny, like, how is the jump? Would you compare it more to Call of Duty, or is it more like Halo?
Oh, it's
The
more
jump?
it's more like
Halo.
Halo. It's more
Yeah,
floaty
for sure.
and
Okay.
like they even added like double and triple jump and yeah.
And each character has a different type of jump too, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot
You
there's
have to have
multiple
a
character
special
classes.
item to run.
Yeah. It
I mean, I don't mean to steal the thunder here, but Destiny was also my number 2.
Yeah.
I guess you can also
Yeah.
talk
I mean,
about
it's a great game.
Well, save
Yeah.
something to talk about when you bring it up. But I mean, yeah.
Damn.
Destiny definitely was an interesting game to just look at. Just what I wanted to bring up earlier before Mike so rudely hosted, or Taylor so rudely hosted me.
God damn it, Mike.
Was the fact that I really saw this progression of like people losing their shit over this game. It comes out and it reaches this peak. Like everyone's like, "Oh my god, this game's so awesome!" And then slowly people were like, "There's not that much to do. It's not the best MMO." And like people dropped off. And then now those same people I was listening to them who loved it in the first couple weeks are now like, "That game's shit. I hate it." And I wish I hadn't bought it because it was just a waste of time.
Oh shit.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I've had the
yeah.
game
You're
since
still
it
playing
came
all the
out,
time? I
and
mean, you're playing it.
I've had
right
the game
now.
since it came out. I mean, Scott just got it himself, but it's almost probably it's a pretty close tie to my number 1 for 2014.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I love this game, and I will continue to play this game for at least another little while. And I mean, they're going to be updating the game too with DLC. Well, they already have DLC out already,
yeah.
and there's some stuff coming out in March. So it's not like they're abandoning this game because the community's abandoning it, and it's not a lot of people that are abandoning it either. I mean, this is a huge community still.
Yeah, I
Oh,
definitely
yeah, for
think they're
sure.
looking at the long game for Destiny.
Oh, they are.
I mean, it is an MMO. We have to remember. And MMOs never launch the way
I don't
they end
know.
up being.
I can't say I think of it as an MMO.
Interesting.
Are there a lot of people?
Yeah, there are a lot of people.
Is
Yes,
it- would you say
but I
there's
mean,
a
it
massive
doesn't-
amount of people online?
it doesn't play like an MMO, like you would normally.
Well,
have,
you're
like an
probably thinking of
RPG
like
MMO.
MMORPG. This
Yeah,
is
that's
MMO
exactly what I'm
FPS.
thinking.
MMO FPS, new genre.
Well, not
Except-
exactly, but
Yeah, there was that mag. That's kind of almost-
Meg was awesome.
Oh, I remember you
I
talking
did play
about that.
that.
I remember you were pretty excited about that. Way back. But yeah, I think we should get away from Destiny. And I think we can go. Oh wait, no, I stopped.
to
do mine.
Jacob.
And I guess I'll just, since considering we've already had a couple repeats, did we? Maybe not. Whatever. We'll have
One.
our first
No, we
repeat.
didn't.
Hearthstone. Hearthstone is one of my
Whoa!
games of 2014. We had a podcast on it, like Taylor said, so you can go back and watch that. But a couple things I want to mention about it was just the fact that like it's a Blizzard game, so it's the whole mantra of easy to play,
Really
tough
cold.
to master. The whole mantra of make awesome games. Yes. Like I said in the podcast, I used to play StarCraft a lot, and this is a much easier, much more casual strategy fix for me. I can play it while I'm watching YouTube videos or
Waiting
writing
for
up.
the respawn timer in StarCraft.
Yes, the response. Yeah. I can play it quickly before I go to work or whatever. It's just a really good strategy game, and just the polish on it is ridiculous. So that's one of my top games of 2014 because I play it all the fucking time. One thing I will mention about it is the grind, while it is what keeps me playing, can get really tedious at times. Just like, I don't want to keep playing spell cards, or I don't want to play a druid. But if I don't, then I'm wasting time grinding, basically.
Jacob, give Blizzard more money. That's the answer.
I do have to.
It's always
spend money
the
on that
answer.
game. But that's it about Hearthstone. So I guess we can move on to our second games. Taylor, can you take it off?
Oh, we're cycling through again. All
Yep.
right, my second game. Because there weren't a lot of games. I didn't play a lot of games, so my list is very limited. Last game, essentially, is Smash Bros. Smash Bros.
For Wii U or 3DS?
They're pretty much the same game, so you know what?
They're almost
Doesn't
exactly
really
the same
matter.
game. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, I
why
think the
don't
only
like
difference
them.
is how you unlock characters. Is that like one of the only differences?
There's a couple
They
different
have
modes and stuff.
their single player modes are different. Pretty
Is
much.
there even a single player mode in the like?
There is.
The way the classic mode works is different, and they each have version exclusive game mode.
Yeah.
Oh, classic mode. Okay, yeah, that I guess that is. See, like what I miss about Smash Bros is I loved like that story mode that they had in Brawl.
Yes. Subspace Emissary was fucking awesome.
It was-
in Brawl.
It was amazing, and
Yeah,
then
it
I
was
was like
so cool.
looking forward to playing it like something like that again, and then I was like, aw.
Well, it took up most of the development of Brawl, and it took up most of the disc of Brawl, and they wanted to add more different things to the next Smash Bros.
One of the
rather
other
than
reasons
just
I
the
heard
story.
I
that
guess,
they
yeah.
cut it out for the newest edition was because the creator was upset that all the videos were just posted online immediately, and he wanted people to experience the story. And I thought that was, I don't know if that's true. I heard that in a couple places, but that just sounds like a really like, of course they're going to end up on the internet, but it was playing it and experiencing it that was what was so cool. Just seeing all these completely different characters interact in like a cinematic way was super, super cool.
Might
But-
I just add?
Yes, Mike.
Here
You
we
might
go.
have heard
Ready to
this-
shit up? Ready to be the antagonist again, Mike?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead. I
You
love
might
it.
have heard the crashing sound in the background as everyone else was talking. That was me searching for. I'm pretty sure I have Brawl over here on my bookcase here, and I knocked something off my desk because I'm in complete darkness right now. But I have Super Smash Bros. Brawl,
Yes.
and the story
Nice.
mode was shit.
What?
It was poo.
Yeah,
The
Mike,
gameplay? Yes.
get off
Yes,
the
it was.
podcast.
No, I have to agree with Mike. The Subspace
There
Emissary's
wasn't any talking.
gameplay
Well, it's-
was
There
awful.
wasn't
I
any
just didn't-
first-person shooting.
Didn't you?
I
Did you
wanted
not enjoy-
Jigglypuff to rip Pikachu's throat out, but there wasn't
Jesus
a button on the
Christ.
controller that allowed me to do that.
Jigglypuff wasn't
I'm
even
just
in the
kidding.
story mode. God damn it, Mike.
Shows how much you know.
No, but I didn't. There's no dialogue to the story mode. It's just Nintendo wants to make something that's sort of bilingual because they're a national company here, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, everybody in the world
it's-
has a fucking Nintendo system, and
Mostly
anybody
because
can
most
play.
of their protagonists are silent.
Yeah.
So they can't give them a voice.
Link doesn't have a voice. Pikachu says Pika Pika. Samus very rarely
Doesn't
has
talk
a
a
voice.
lot.
It-
Mario doesn't really talk a lot.
What are you talking about? He's got
Uh,
like, he knows like 8 whole words.
It's me,
Mr.
Mario.
Game & Watch doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people just don't talk a lot because they're video game characters.
Well, you can still have
Old school video
subtitles.
game characters.
Subtitles?
Final Fantasy had subtitles, didn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I think they had narrative as well.
they had a definite style with that. It wasn't just going to be conveyed with. I think we're getting away from the topic of
Of this Smash Bros. That came out just this last year.
yes. So Smash Bros of this year, Taylor. Sorry, Mike. We will talk about this, but we'll wait for the Smash Bros podcast because you know.
Because I will not be present.
You will be present because we need an antagonist, but
for some reason.
It'll just be me sitting there saying, it's shit, it's shit, it's shit.
awful. I hate
And we're
it.
like, okay, Mike, we
Shit.
get it.
But Taylor, why do you like the new Smash Bros? And Mike, you can add why you don't like the new one.
Because it's Smash Bros, and I really like the genre of Smash Bros games. It pleases
So,
me.
like fighters or the kind of weird
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros?
I like
you
Smash
Like they
Bros.
get together with your friends, get drunk, and fight each other kind
and
of
play
game.
Smash Bros.
I like Smash Bros.
Yeah, I have to agree. Smash Bros is fucking awesome.
Hey,
Any dissenting opinions from certain people?
Scott. Huh.
Scott.
I know. I always hate on everything. I'm sorry.
But yeah, okay. Smash Bros is awesome. Some people don't like it.
No, it's not.
Oh, get the fuck out.
Mike, what is your second game of 2014?
My second game of 2014 is not made by Nintendo.
Surprise!
It's made by
surprise.
Sega.
Oh, that actually is a surprise. No, wait, they're a big publisher. Never mind.
Yeah. I think they might actually own the Alien franchise. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't think
I
Because
don't think they own the franchise. Maybe the
Or-
license.
Or there's some kind of partnership there.
maybe.
They
No,
have the
I think they're just a
license.
publisher. I think the
They
developer.
did Alien Colonial Marines too.
Maybe they
That
have
just
a
means
partnership.
they have the license.
Maybe. I don't know. I might be just talking on my ass. But the game is Alien Isolation.
Yeah, who cares?
Oh, it's a good
Everybody
game.
knows. It's actually not one of my favorite games ever.
Really?
I'll just
Yeah.
get that right off my chest right now. There's a couple problems with it. Number one being, I wouldn't classify it as a horror game because
You're completely desensitized.
It's not scary.
it might be a combination of both, actually. It's aliens, and I've watched the shit out of the movies. I own the movies. I've seen them a million times, and Aliens to me is just not really scary anymore. It's, And during the game, I haven't actually completed it. I've only gone maybe halfway through it.
Apparently, the ending is pretty interesting, so you might want to.
I will continue playing it. I feel like the biggest twist in the game is somebody you thought was human is actually a cyborg, and as soon as you enter the game,
Cylon.
yeah, inside joke. To anybody who's a cyborg, fuck, you totally fucked up my chain of thought. God damn it.
I'm sorry.
You
He's a
obviously know
traitor,
the robot
man.
guy's a robot.
Yeah,
He's totally a Cylon, guys.
you meet somebody in the beginning of the game who is, I suppose, meant to be a human, and instantly anybody who's seen the movies a million times, which I have, you automatically go, okay, that guy's not human, he's an alien, and he's gonna fuck up everything. Because I've seen Prometheus, I've seen Aliens 1, I've seen Aliens 2, those fucking robots, they are not meant to be trusted. The assholes.
I love how he got that like
Mm.
black woman voice.
So instantly you're like,
And anyone
okay,
else notice that?
boom, you can't be trusted, and that kind of spoiled it for me. Plus, this game is very heavy into survival horror, yet you're given weapons,
Yes.
and that kills me inside.
I
Kills
feel
me
like that's
inside.
one of the major complaints about that game.
Why give me weapons if they're absolutely useless? Like,
Because there are humans to fight.
Honestly, I think that they introduced it because it's expected.
it's annoying.
There are humans. What are you gonna do against the humans?
Right?
I-
Shoot 'em.
Killed the shit out of them with a wrench, and I fucked up the storyline
Oh.
because I killed the humans.
Well, there's
Because
also
this game isn't meant to
robots to kill.
be, and they are impossible to kill with the wrench.
Yeah, you need your guns.
Or
But
you-
isn't
you
that
don't-
how you take robots apart?
You don't get guns in the beginning of. Well, actually, you do, but they're actually useless as well.
you need EMPs?
I can tell you that
Yes.
in the later stages of the game, shit hits the fan, and you need supplies, and you're like, "Fuck, I don't have supplies."
Yes, maybe it turns into more of an action-y game in the beginning, like every other action horror. Starts out,
Scary.
you don't have anything, and you're shitting your pants and all the other.
This is the
crap.
reverse.
There's, to my knowledge, there's only one alien though.
Yes, that is the whole. Yeah, at least like to my knowledge as well. There's only the one
Yeah.
alien, which I think is one of the strong points of the game. Like it's this one alien, and he only like every time he shows up, it's scary. At least like, from what I've seen. Like I watched quite a few playthroughs of it. I'm not gonna play that game because I'm a pansy, but like that alien itself is scary. It's just all the other parts of the game, which they kind of need to break it up. Like if it was just the alien, it wouldn't be as good. But every time the alien shows up, you're just like, oh, okay, stuff's happening
I don't think there's
Um,
enough interaction.
with the alien, or
Yeah. Like one isn't enough. There should have been more.
Guys, I know spoilers.
don't because
Stop saying wrong things.
I might end up playing it, but
I haven't played the entire thing myself, but it's on my fucking list. So
I think we should get away from this before
Spoilers.
Taylor...
All you're saying, things are saying it's wrong.
okay, so there's more than one alien. All right, good.
Great,
So I might
thanks,
just
awesome.
continue playing it.
So, but you do still enjoy it. Obviously, it was one of your top games of the year, or was it more
Well-
along the
Play
fact
it,
that you
that's-
played it this year and it came out?
That might be one of the reasons why I picked it. Yeah,
2014. It sucked.
I
2014
enjoy
was
it.
not the best. Like, it's not that it was an awful year. It's just it was not as good as some other years. Also,
Yeah.
we don't play a lot of games. So.
Yeah, it's not one of my favorite games, but it's a recognizable game, I suppose.
Okay, fair enough.
It's something
Good for
that-
Alien.
Definitely
Make
better than
something
Colonial
better.
Marines.
Ah!
Oh God, moving on.
Anyways, we gotta get this moving.
Yes, we do. Brandon, next topic or next whatever.
Well,
Rapid fire.
my number 2 is Destiny, and
Yeah.
we've pretty much covered that already.
Yes, there was
Oh,
one question I
nailed it.
want to ask you.
Shoot.
And I forgot it.
Nailed it. Okay, Scott,
Okay.
next.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
Stay
so-
tuned for scenes from the next episode.
Dragon Ball Z. Scott, thing.
Thank you, Jake.
my next game. Gonna
Actually,
have to
skip
say.
two, go to
If
three.
only you wrote it down, Scott.
Gonna have to say. Listen, if you stop cutting me off, maybe I'd talk.
No. Go ahead.
Gonna have to say
Oops.
my number 2 game. Probably the game I played the most this year.
Yep.
Gonna have to say GTA 5.
Wait, you played that more than Pokemon?
Pokemon Omega Ruby, anyway. Eh,
Well,
Did
if we're
GTA
talking
5
about
come
X
out
or
this year?
Y, hell no. But
GTA 5 didn't come out this year.
yeah, it did.
Did it?
Yes, it did.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
never
it
mind.
did, dumbass.
way to be
I was just about to
good,
Google it.
Jacob.
Okay, whatever. Sure. Yeah, people love that game, so why not?
It
Why
came
do-
out in
why do you love it?
2013, you losers.
Oh wait,
No.
no.
No!
I didn't
Nailed
start
it.
playing
On
until
Xbox
2014.
One, I think it came out this year, right?
I don't
Technically,
know.
yes.
Well,
Wikipedia
Whatever.
doesn't tell
Who
me.
cares? Mike wanted to do something from 2012, so Scott,
This is true. I can't judge.
Scott, why do you like game
GTA?
that one?
Just because there's so much to do. I mean, and then it's another game that really great visually, but there's just so much to do in it, and like even if you're not doing something productive, it's still one of those games you can just do nothing and have a whole lot of fun doing it.
Like every GTA game.
Yeah, pretty much. You're not
Like a
wrong.
Clockwork Orange without hats.
I
You're
never saw
not
that
wrong.
movie.
I watched a bit of it. I should
It's a
probably
book.
finish it. Anyways, yeah.
Yay! What's
Nailed
more to talk about GTA?
It's a great
Everybody's
game. It's
played
like
it.
all the other GTA's, but better. So
I mean, we could probably do a podcast on it, so we
We
should probably
probably will.
shouldn't say
We
too
could,
much
too.
about
we
it.
should.
Hint,
Um,
hint,
Yeah.
nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink.
Watch our
Yeah,
stuff.
spoiler
Mommy.
alert.
GTA 5.
We'll
It is a
show
good
boobs.
game. It's just not a series I ever got into, so I don't have anything to say about it. Scott, anything you want to add? Or anyone else?
Well, I mean, I don't want to get too much into it if we're actually going to talk about it later. Plus, there's too much to even say.
There is
Yeah,
about
there's
it,
a
really.
lot to
It's
get
a good
into.
game. What else is there to say? It's GTA.
It's a great game.
I
Everyone
have
knows
a
what
quick
GTA
Moving
is.
question
on.
before we move on.
My second game of the year would be.
Wait. Did Mike want to say something?
Well, it
Yeah, you did, but Jacob just ignored him.
was. Sorry, Mike.
I'm sorry, I gotta dry the tears. No, my one question, it was quick. All right, it's a yes or no question.
Yeah.
Did they fix the physics engine that they had in
No.
GTA 4?
Yes, they did.
They did?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Not-
Moving on. Okay, Jacob, go.
My second game of 2014 is Shovel Knight. I don't know if any of you
God
have played
damn.
that.
Shovel Knight?
Shovel Knight.
That- It's an indie platformer, yes?
Yes, it is.
It is, yes. I know about it, but I've never played it.
So none of you have played it before?
Seen a
No.
let's play of it.
Yeah. Okay. So Shovel Knight, basically, despite the silly name, it was kickstarted by an indie developer to make this game, and it's basically just old school platformers. Mario, Mega Man, especially Mega Man, are like those inspirations. And they specifically limited the assets in the game, like music, color palette, everything, to recreate the Super Nintendo. And this game is fucking awesome. It's like the precision in it is pixel perfect. Everything, like all the mechanics are finely tuned. All the levels are like laid out exactly how they should be. So like you can barely bumble your way through, or you can like be a master and get through the level, racking up like a ton of treasure. It's
Jacob
just-
is the first column,
what?
not the last column. You're the bumbling through.
Yes.
saying.
I'm definitely not particularly good at the game, but
Boom! Nailed that joke.
yeah,
High
it's a
five!
very interesting game. The whole premise of it is that you're a knight whose weapon is a shovel,
A Blue Knight?
a blue knight.
Is that why it's called Shovel Knight?
It is indeed.
I googled it.
But the creators, they did such a good job with this game. Like, again, it was kickstarted through, so it was like brought to you by crowdsourcing, and they delivered on exactly what people wanted, and then some. It's just, it's probably, if this game came out back in the Super Nintendo days, it would be the best game of its time, and it's still a ridiculously good game.
Despite the fact that nobody here has heard it other than you.
It's an indie game.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay,
I've
Taylor's
heard
heard
I urge
it.
you go check it out because it's actually pretty cool. If any of you played Mario or Metroid,
What's that?
Mega Man, any of those old games, any of those old platformers, check out Shovel Knight.
Nope.
Probably not like Metroid, but okay.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that was my second pick.
Yay.
Taylor, we're moving on to our last games. For some of us, it is our best game of,
Honorable mention?
2014.
of 2014.
And mine isn't a game that was released in 2014. And it's more of an honorable mention, and I feel it's more deserving than Mike's 2012 game and Scott's 2013 game. And it's Marvel Heroes 2015. And the reason why I say, like, Marvel Heroes was released in 2013, but they did this massive relaunch. They even renamed the game to Marvel Heroes 2015 before 2014. And they were pretty much saying, the game we were last year, we're not that anymore. We're so much better than we were. And it really is. And they've improved a lot of the systems, and I have spent a lot of time in Marvel Heroes. It's a game I really enjoy.
Judging by some of the blank face, I know what it is, but Mike clearly does not, and I can't see anyone else's faces. But I'm assuming
I
they
also
have...
know what it is.
Oh, okay. Well, Taylor, can you
Yeah.
fill us in on what it is?
It's a Diablo style. I think the genre is called arts. Is it action?
CRPG or something like that? I don't know. Action RPG.
Anyways, it's a Diablo style game, but with Marvel heroes. And I would say that if it's probably the best Marvel game out at the moment, unless you want to play as a specific Marvel hero, like Spider-Man, you go play Spider-Man 2. If you want to play Nightcrawler, you play X-Men 3. Yeah. It's pretty good. I really enjoy it. It's a free-to-play game, and it's actually an example of like a really good way, or that free to play is like a really good direction that free to play is going.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Marvel, you can like essentially name any character and be like, I'd love to play a game as that character, where other games you wouldn't get that character. But in Marvel Heroes, since it's free to play and they keep wanting you to pay them money, they'll keep releasing new heroes, so they'll eventually get to the really obscure guys.
I don't
and
want to
get
derail you,
all them in.
but Mike, there's a comic book character in the Marvel Universe called Squirrel Girl. She's from California, and her power is to talk to squirrels.
No,
It's
she
as
also
stupid
has
as it sounds.
powers of squirrels.
It's as stupid as it sounds, and you can play her in this game. You can make it
She-
rain squirrels as Squirrel Girl.
She has a squirrel tail and claws and teeth. She's
Yes, I've
part
googled
squirrel.
her and she looks really ugly.
Yes, she is. She has a new ongoing. We're not going to get into that, but she has a new ongoing in Marvel. Go her.
Anyways, yes, Marvel Heroes. Definitely, you showed it to me for a little bit. It looked cool. I mean, it's Diablo, but
I
with
highly
Marvel characters.
recommend it.
It looked very, very interesting.
I
They
love
really
it.
ran out of ideas.
I've been
Ooh,
wanting a good
the
multiple
vinegar.
character Marvel game for a while. I played X-Men Legends and X-Men Legends 2, Ultimate Alliance 2, and Marvel Heroes is the final game in that series to me.
Is it
Where
better
it's
than
reached the top.
It's better than Spider-Man 3, right?
Most
Movie
things
or
are.
the game?
The
Most
game.
things are for both.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's not just Squirrel Girl. You can be Spider-Man. You can be Iron Man. You can't be Groot, but you can summon Groot. You can be Thor. All your favorite Marvel characters. Wolverine, Jean Grey, right?
Yes.
Cyclops, all the cool guys. So yeah, they're all there. You can be like Blade and Luke Cage if you know what those are.
Blade is coming out. He's not out yet.
But yeah, lots
Blade
of
isn't-
characters.
Wesley Snipes played?
Probably not, but
No.
yeah. Some motherfuckers want to ice skate uphill.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's
that
not cool.
that
I
was a
thought you were talking
line
about
from the
some
Blade movie.
daywalker vampire dude who kills other
That
vampires.
is, that's the character. It's
Okay.
that character.
I thought you said there was some ice skater dude.
No.
Oh no, like that's a line he says in that in the movie. Some motherfuckers.
They
wanna
call me
ice skate
Blade
uphill.
after my ice skates.
What?
Oh,
Never mind.
that
Anyways,
one went over my head. Okay, guys, thanks.
whatever. Anyways, check it
Marvel
out.
Heroes. I'm done. Out.
Woo.
Now that Taylor's gone, we can talk about cool games. Mike, what is your last game of 2014?
I find that last comment hilarious. Okay,
Mike doesn't like my taste in games.
Taylor,
don't
I know
like
for a
most
fact that you don't like
games.
his taste in games, so
You know what? Out of all the games that have been mentioned so far in this podcast, I don't like any of them.
I thought Alien was cool.
I haven't played the Call of Duty Warfare
Advanced Warfare.
game yet.
Not yet, you haven't.
Okay,
Not
Mike,
yet.
And yet it's your number one.
It could be.
Mike,
Could be.
before you say anything, if you like, you can just briefly mention your last game of 2014 and then talk about your favorite game that you've been playing in 2014. Doesn't have to be
Which
from
game?
2014. Did you? Yeah. Did you get that?
Crisis 2.
No. If you want to watch us review Crisis 2, check out Press A to Podcast after the show.
Okay. Anyways,
Um,
Mike, do you want to do that, or do you want to just?
No, they're pretty much the same. Okay, so my number one game for 2014 was The Evil Within. Woo! Or might I say, the biggest ripoff of all history. Yay!
Mike is very cynical on this podcast. I feel bad.
He's not a cynical person in real life, but I love
No, I really not.
love
I'm not. I'm such
the
a
role he
beautiful
fills in this
person.
show. So, Mike, what about the game? Why is it on your list? Besides the fact that you played it.
Well, For one thing, it's better than Alien Isolation, and it's better than Silent Hill for a number of reasons.
Do you want to go into
One of
those?
them being it's more of an action horror, which I think I'd like because it relates to me personally more.
From your zombie killing days?
No, from that
From your zombie killing days.
we're not talking about that, Jacob. That is in the past now, and we're moving on.
Buried
Okay.
the hatchet.
Yes.
With all the
Literally.
bodies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta hide
Anyways.
the evidence.
Anyways, yeah.
No, I was gonna say the survival horror. There's a fine line between enjoyable and just retarded. For instance, you know that it's like a thing in the psychology books. I can't really put words to it, but there's a fight or flight reaction to danger that everybody has. You know,
Yeah.
you're either a fighter or you're a runner. And if I were in that situation, I would probably, well, the smart thing would be to run. But if I was cornered, for instance, which happens a lot in these games, you wouldn't just sit there and go, "Ah!" You would fight for your life. You know what I mean? Whereas in these survival horror games, that doesn't happen. You literally just sit there and watch yourself die. Watch the monster slowly creep up to you and then bite your face off or
And then
something.
with its second mouth.
Exactly. The one that's coming out of its chest and it just like bites your freaking face and your torso off in one bite.
Yeah, those ones.
And then you get to watch your ass flop around on the ground, and that literally happens. Dead Space,
Dead
I don't
Space
know
is
why.
brutal.
When you get ripped apart, it always zooms in on your butt. I don't know, maybe it's just the game that I have, or it's just like, I don't even care about my head.
Or maybe
It's
just where
like-
my eye is drawn. But yeah, you know.
Yeah, maybe Isaac just has a really nice ass. I don't understand. But anyways, The Evil Within, when it starts out, it's very...
Evil, might you say?
it's more of a survival horror. Like, you can't really do anything to defend yourself. Like, you in the beginning of the game, you get brutally wounded and you can't fucking move. You're like limping, and this asshole with a fucking chainsaw is chasing you down. And if he catches you, he saws your friggin' head off. And if you watch my podcast, you'll see that it fucking happens to me.
Channel,
Yay!
not podcast.
It's almost like a YouTube video and not a podcast.
It's a YouTube video. Shut up. Anyway. Anyways, so yeah, now I'm just fucked up again.
Well, yeah. Basically, what you're talking about is the fact that you like being able to feel like a badass in games.
I want to kill my enemies.
Brutally.
Yes. I'm tired of watching myself get my anus ripped out through my mouth. I don't want to see that. Well, I'm
Or
okay
feel
with
it.
seeing it, but I want some.
You don't want to
kind
see it
of-
multiple times.
I want a redemption. Redemption.
He wants the
bomb.
one doing that.
I want to. Maybe because I'm just so morbid. Wink, wink. But I mean, I don't know. I just. I can't really put it to words right now. I can't
No,
put a lot of things.
It
to
makes
words.
sense.
Like,
It's okay. We can dub over your words later in
Yeah.
post-processing.
But what I did want to mention was the beginning of the game was more survival horror where you can't really defend yourself. But in the end of the game, it takes like a complete 180 and it starts to become really action based, which is a nice.
Did you
Change
like
the
that?
Forces you to use like guns and weapons and whatnot and defending
Yes.
yourself,
So
Yes.
you really like that progression,
as opposed to
of
that running thing.
feeling
Yes.
helpless at the beginning and then be able to kick people's asses at the end.
Yes. However, I think one little improvement they could have made was on normal difficulty, ammo is really fucking rare to find. And your melee is shit. So when you run out of ammo, you're fucked. You're literally fucked. You're running. And I wish there was a little more availability. In the easier difficulties. I played this on normal and I was running out of ammo constantly. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
I
I
feel
can
like
understand that playing on like the hardest difficulty, but
I feel like the line that games like that have to kind of like maneuver through, like Resident Evil, is do you want it to be action or do you want it to be survival? I mean, if you're looking at it from the aspect of survival, having ammo be scarce, if it's even in the game at all, is what you want to do. Like you want every bullet is precious, right? You have to scavenge and scrimp for these bullets. But if it's an action game, then it can't be that way. Maybe you want it to be just right so that it feels like you're always low on ammo, but you never quite run out. Which some games do perfectly. I can't name them because
Dead Space.
Actually, Dead Space is a perfect example. Like you're always like, oh, I'm gonna run out of ammo, but you never quite do. And Dead Space is probably the best example of that because
Dead Space is probably one of the best horror games out there, like
awesome.
action horror games out there.
Yeah. So, like, because if you don't do that, then you're gonna piss off one group of people. You're either gonna piss off the survival people or, like Mike, the action people.
Action horror.
Yeah. So
He doesn't like pure action. That bores him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He wants to feel a little tingle.
Crysis 2 did bore me a little bit at times.
yeah.
Oh no, Crisis. Oh.
Yeah. They
But-
kept mentioning it, so I had to put it down.
Alrighty. So any last words on Evil Within from anyone?
Nope.
Cool.
I
Brandon.
summed up
Taylor,
my
sorry, what?
thoughts.
What?
I summed up my thoughts
What?
earlier. Go ahead.
Brandon. Last game of 2014.
Well, funny story. My last game was GTA until I was proven wrong about the release date. But if I had to pick another game, that would be the Halo Master Chief Edition, which came out with
Ooh.
Halo 1 and Halo 2, the remaster of Halo 2 actually, and then the addition of Halo 3 and Halo 4 for the Xbox One.
Cool.
Those are
That
out
would definitely
now?
be my.
Yeah, it came out.
Those are
it
out
came out a month
now.
ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, I want to
Came
say
out in
November.
November. Yeah.
I have been living
It came out
under
in
a
November.
rock.
Yeah, so it has the remastered Halo 1 CE, and then the completely remastered Halo 2. Which,
Wait, is that the
I-
same, like the anniversary Halo 1?
correct.
Oh,
It's all in one bundle now. It's called the Halo Master Chief Edition for
Yeah,
Xbox One.
from my understanding, it was the remaster for Xbox 360 of 1, and then
Correct.
a new version,
and the new
of 2.
remastered of Halo 2.
and then the older versions of 3 and 4.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Which have been slightly remastered and changed as well, actually.
Oh yeah.
Those
yeah, I
bastards.
mean, they definitely upped the difficulty for Legendary. It is much harder than what I previously recall playing through in Xbox 360 version.
Halo 3 was really easy to beat, and so was Halo 4.
Yeah, they've definitely made it. They've definitely made Halo 3 harder. Same with Halo 1. Halo 1, especially, because I recently played through Halo CE, and once I got the Master Chief Edition, I played through it, and I had one hell of a time trying to beat that. I mean, I haven't beat it. That's the thing.
It might be a combination of, well, you haven't played it in a while, and maybe
Oh, I
you already
definitely
know the
played it.
story, so you don't
Oh
have
no.
the motivation.
It is certainly more difficult.
Yeah, I have someone else who can rep for me for that.
Of course, you guys play games together by yourselves, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least Mike records it.
Yeah.
So
Fucking
Brandon,
right I do.
one thing I want to ask was, how about the multiplayer?
Okay, well, here's the thing. The multiplayer the multiplayer was completely broken when they first released it. I mean, like, it didn't even feel like Halo broken.
Really? 'Cause
Yeah.
I just heard that the
now-
matchmaking was broken. Can you go
Oh,
into
it was
detail of
all
what
broken.
happened?
I mean, I don't know. It just didn't feel. It didn't play right, and the matchmaking was the matchmaking was god awful. Other than that, no, I don't know. It just didn't feel like a Halo game. It was kind of clunky and broken. I mean, broken is the easiest way to say it.
What, was it a matter of balance, or was it something wrong with like the net code? Like, was each online game like just weird?
I don't know. Hard to say.
Okay, fair enough. But how is
It
it
could be a
now?
combination of both. Now it's fixed.
Great, awesome.
To put it easy, yes, it is fixed and working properly. And I rape shit online, so it's definitely working.
Back to
Working
the
for
good
you.
old days.
Yes.
Clearly, it's working because it's. I'm assuming your top game of 2014.
Yeah. I mean, well, Halo is probably my top game of all time, but
I fucking love Halo, and I'm also. I'm
Wait,
kind of
wait,
glad that
Mike
I didn't
likes the
buy it
game?
back in November.
wait a minute, this is new. Mike likes a
Yeah.
game.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Well, hey, I might have some kind of biased opinion because I was the first game I ever owned. Well, technically, 2 games I ever owned were Halo Combat Evolved and Amped,
Gears of
and
War.
I still love playing both of those games now.
Nostalgia is a hell of a thing.
I guess so. That's probably why you
Yeah, it
dicks
is.
love Nintendo so much.
The whole company's founded on it at this point.
Actually, no, they just make good games, but whatever. Okay, let's go.
Taylor, I agree with you. Don't worry.
There you
Scott,
They don't.
Yo,
what is your final game of 2014?
gonna have to say Pokemon.
Yes. Which one? Oras?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the only one that came out in 2014, Jacob.
Yeah, but
Or
we've already
ass?
broken that rule.
Yeah, I heard or ass. Too.
Yeah, it's Oras, Omega Ruby,
Yeah.
Alpha Sapphire.
No,
Oras.
it's your ass.
But yes, Pokemon.
I heard my scream in someone else's.
Just so our audience knows, Pokemon would have been one of my top games if I'd gotten the new one. I just haven't gotten it yet. But yes,
So-
Scott, why is it your top game?
Well, the original Ruby and Sapphire were my favorite Pokemon games. And after I played it, and I was like, yes, they didn't ruin it. And all they did was add a whole bunch of stuff that actually was good. Like,
Why?
it appealed to the way it appealed to how I play Pokemon a lot.
How so?
Just like they kept everything from X and Y, like all the stuff they added in X and Y. Like I was really nervous that they were gonna take some of the stuff out, like the super training and stuff like that. And I was really nervous they were gonna take it out, and they didn't. So I was like, oh, because like I'm a like more than battling. I'm more of like I like to breed. Like I'm a breeder. So
Do they have
and
an
that's
end game in
because-
this one?
Yeah, have you even reached the end game in?
I'm at the Elite Four right now.
Okay, so not quite
What
there
do you
yet.
mean by end game? Like,
After Elite Four, basically.
Yeah.
well,
like-
I mean,
If you remember in
X
in
and
2
Y.
In 2,
mhm.
the second generation, you had a
Mhm.
whole half the game to play, whereas in X and Y,
yeah,
like there
It was just
wasn't
battles.
quite a lot. Yeah, basically there was no
And-
no story besides the Looker. Like
And if you wanted to catch more Pokemon, it was in this guy's backyard, and you needed friends to get all the Pokemon. And it was like, this is fucking stupid. I hate this. And it kind of almost killed Pokemon to me. Ugh.
really,
I haven't gotten the new one. I have no interest in it.
we will definitely talk about this in the podcast. But yeah, Scott, how is the end game? I am curious.
well,
Well, I guess
like
you
I
don't
said,
really
I
know if
haven't
you haven't
beaten
beaten
the Elite Four, but I do know like there isn't a whole lot in terms of story wise, unfortunately.
There usually isn't.
But
The rest of the game's awesome.
yeah, I mean it's phenomenal, and like they added like a whole like sky region to Pokemon, which is pretty cool. Like, after you beat the Elite Four, you can like fly around on like
Latios.
the mega version
Latios?
of the Lati twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, but are somewhat involved in Pokemon, it's not just like the fly that you've had since the first one. It's actually you see an overworld map of
It's
Hoenn.
a sky region, yeah. Like and like
zoom
you can
around on a Pokemon.
Yeah, and you also run into like pretty much every legendary non-event based Pokemon in that region. Like everything from Lugia, Ho-Oh, the Dialga, Palkia, everything. Like
It'd be weird if you found
legendary
the ones that couldn't
birds.
fly, like Entei.
They're not in the air. Yeah, you can find the legendary dogs, but you land on islands that you can only
They're
get to
just
from the
falling
sky region.
constantly. They're actually jumping from route to route, and you're getting them mid-jump.
That's how they ran away so fast. Anyways,
Exactly.
yes, Pokemon.
They're basically the Hulks.
And like mostly it just followed up well with X and Y because I put a lot of hours into X and
Why?
I almost felt like I like drained myself of Pokemon, but then when I started playing Omega Ruby, I was just like it just brought back a whole lot of like
Nostalgia.
memories from uh
High school.
like the Ruby and Sapphire games.
Not even high school. That was like elementary school. For us, at least. But yeah. I definitely have a lot of warm feelings for Hoenn, so I'm looking forward to getting those games. Okay. I think that's the last. Everyone but me.
Yeah, Jacob, don't forget yourself.
Oh no, I would never do that. Yeah. So my final pick for 2014. I couldn't decide. I had two games, and I was just like, maybe this one, and I eventually just decided to go with neither, and both at the same time. My
That's
final pick
cheating.
my final pick of 2014 didn't even come out in 2014 either, but it's the Wii U.
God damn it. God
Um,
damn.
That just shows you how shitty of a year 2014 was for games.
I mean,
It wasn't
didn't
that
have a lot of
great.
problems, but hold on, I will keep talking because the reason I put the Wii U on this list, besides the fact that it's
The console's
since
not a
I've
game.
gotten it, it's intruded every day of my life. I mean, it's basically like my tablet. I use it
Oh god, I know what it is.
as a web browser and all that stuff. Sorry. I use it as a web browser, just the fact that it can link to my TV. It does all this cool stuff, but it also has some ridiculous games. What I really want to point out was the fact that Nintendo really brought it with the games this year. Everything between Mario Kart, which was one of the games I was thinking of, to lately Smash and Hyrule Warriors, which was the second game that we're battling for the top spot. They're just
Thought so.
amazing games. And I just wanted to bring attention to the fact that Wii U killed it this year. If I had to pick one of the games, it would be Hyrule Warriors. Me and Marcin have been playing it pretty much nonstop for like the last 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever. And
Who's
it's just-
Marcin?
Who's Marcin?
We might never know.
Marcin's the girl over there. I think she's sleeping. But yeah.
Mysterious
The
podcast.
viewers
land
still
over
have
there.
no idea who she is, and she will forever be a mystery.
She's actually the producer of the show, so there you go.
Yay! Cool.
But yeah, Hyrule Warriors. It's just I don't know if anyone's played Dynasty Warriors, but it's basically just a hack and slash game.
I have.
You press
I
the
have
attack
also.
button and you swing your sword, and 30 people like just fly. You feel like Sauron basically. But the
And then you
thing
continue pressing that button until it breaks, and then you're like, well, I guess I'm done.
I guess I beat Dynasty Warriors. The
Wow,
only
that was a
thing-
really dense game I just played.
The only thing is that you can do it with Zelda characters. So you want to beat up a bunch of Moblins as Zelda? Go ahead. You want to kill a bunch of Gorons as Ganondorf? You can do that. It's just a really fun game. And
Go
Just
ahead.
silly
It took us
releases.
$2 to make this game.
It's fun. I don't care. I mean, the amount of character you can play it split screen, and the fidelity of the game, like graphics and frame rate and everything, it still looks good even with 2 players and all these characters on the screen. It really shows you what the Wii can do. That and Mario Kart,
The Wii U.
the Wii U, sorry, can
God
like it's
damn it,
it's
Jacob.
pretty strong. It's a pretty powerful system, and it just yeah. Mario Kart's the other game that just blew me out of the water. It's still fun. I know it's the same shit over and over again, but god damn is it fun. They just know exactly what they're doing. They don't fuck with the formula too much, just enough to make it better. And it looks pretty too. But that was it. Those are my picks for 2014. I know I cheated.
Can I change my last one to the PC? Because apparently we can do that.
It's Hyrule Warriors. Hyrule Warriors is my top pick.
Okay.
But yes. So that was it. That was the podcast on 2014 top games, even though we cheated a whole bunch and forgot what came out when.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
did.
don't really
Go
think.
us.
I don't think you can blame forgotness. I think 2014 was just a shitty year for games.
There was a lot of
I also did mine
sequels.
very consciously.
Okay, well that was your fault.
There was a lot of sequels. There was a lot of major fuck ups. I don't know if any of you've been following, like Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs came out, and that was a thing, and then it went away really quick. and
Ew,
just-
Watch Dogs. Holy shit.
Yeah, God,
Far Cry
that game
4 came
sucked.
I mean, like there was.
I
there
I
was a
haven't
lot of
played Far
games.
Cry 4, but I'm sure that was
Ground
a great
Zeroes.
game.
Ground Zeroes was the demo, right? Yeah, because
Yeah.
Phantom Pain's the new one. Yeah, Ground Zeroes came out, which was an overpriced title. Game of Thrones. Oh, you got that? No.
It's from Telltale, isn't it?
No, that's the
Oh.
bad one.
Oh.
I feel sorry
What
for
is
you,
it?
Mike.
What is it?
It's like an action adventure game, and it was shit.
Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
game.
But yeah, I know I mentioned a lot of Ubisoft titles, but it's just been on my mind recently. Yeah, there was just a lot of high profile failures and just nothing particularly surprising except for Nintendo. But
I heard
there
that.
were
was
good
pretty
games if you
fun.
looked. It's just there was a lot of crap going on as well.
Far Cry 4 was pretty good.
It was Far Cry 3, but in the mountains with eagles.
Yeah, but it was
I'm
better
okay
than
with
Far Cry
that.
3.
Anyways, yeah,
I'll
I think we're all
allow
getting
that.
tired, so I think it's time to start closing out the show. So,
I
I'm
think
getting
you're
cranky
getting
over
tired.
does anyone have anything they want to talk about video games wise before we start closing out?
Yeah, Nintendo sucks.
Thank you, Mike. You can go to hell. How do I? Oh, there it is. Okay. Scott?
No, I mean, like, I completely just dumbfounded that I couldn't remember that GTA came out in 2013. It's just been a long time since I've played
About
a new
year.
game.
It's been a whole year of games.
Yeah, it's just no. I just mean like since I played like a new game, like besides Destiny, like and like Pokemon, and I mean you barely count Pokemon. It's a new game, really.
It's a remake.
Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, but I mean like, up until then, I've been playing the same games I've been playing for like the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So it's just been I mean, I guess when I think about it, it hasn't been a great year video game wise.
Man, 2013, that was a good year.
2013 was a good year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, like you said, like Nintendo, like, you know, like the Nintendo games were good, and and then like 2015 is gonna start off strong when Evolve comes out.
Yeah, there's
And
a lot-
Overwatch and Heroes
Fuck
of the
Overwatch.
Storm.
Oh, and Heroes of the
There's also a
Storm.
game that's coming out in the next 2 weeks that I'm pretty excited for 2015,
being.
and that's Dying Light.
Oh
That's not like
yes.
Blizzard.
I
I
was
don't
gonna
care.
say that too.
That's another survival-esque post-apocalyptic zombie horror game.
Yes, Mike is very excited.
Yeah. Mike is not the only one. I mean, I'm pretty excited. I've been following that game, I think since E3 of 2014, and I don't know. It was supposed to come out this year, from what I remember, and then I think
Last
they
year.
postponed it.
It is
Sorry,
coming out this
yeah,
year.
last year. You know what, Scott Taylor, shut up.
Never.
You guys who know what you're talking about, you guys shut
Shut
up.
the fuck up.
Yeah, you guys stop using your words against me.
Yeah. 2015 hopefully will be better than 2014. Again, There was a lot of good games, just a lot of them were lower profile and more indie games and stuff like that. But
Gay.
that's gay, and no one likes that kind of stuff. So,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, the whole PC community likes it, but
PC
love
Master Race.
I mean, I'm not dissing
Wrong.
them. I have a great PC myself, and I play a lot of PC games too. But I'm more
You're
of a
the
console
Master Race.
player.
You can't diss us.
You're right.
You can absolutely diss him.
We are
alrighty,
glorious.
guys. I think it's time.
I think we should wrap this bad ass bitch up.
Definitely.
2014.
bad.
Good to see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Hey.
Amen to that.
So I think we
You're
can.
a man to that.
We
Yeah.
can,
A man?
start closing out with asking our
Man.
dear viewers if you have any suggestions, questions, discussions that you want to share with us. Please leave them in the comments section below.
Send them to Mike.
Send all your complaints to Mike.
And all your suggestions for Nintendo games to him too.
Yes, as well. We'd gladly appreciate.
I will
it.
promptly ignore them.
Taylor, you have a thing
Yes.
that you do.
Yes, and it's that I like that when you said let's do our closing thoughts, Scott, and then you did no one else.
I said everyone. Does anyone have any closing thoughts? And then everyone started talking. So I
'Cause
assume
I'm the only
you got
one
your
that
point
matters.
out. Taylor,
I am the
you
only
ha-
one that matters.
this is your time to shine. What do you have to say?
I have a
nothing.
If it's a bottle of
YouTube
water,
channel with my friends called Views and Throughs. Check it out. Like and subscribe. I do Let's Plays and reviews, and my friends do Let's Plays and reviews on that site. And yeah, do it. It's not a site, it's a YouTube page.
which is a site.
Come on.
Yeah, Taylor actually they're pretty professional. They have good equipment.
Oh, wow.
and
Jesus.
They're all
Oh,
they know what they're doing.
getting
So go check
sweaty
it
over.
out.
Jesus fuck.
Mike, do you have something?
Yes, I do have something. Check out Morbid Murph. I've got part 6 of Evil Within coming up, and I think I will be releasing some episodes of Alien Isolation, which a game that just made my top 3 list of 2014, and potentially a game review. I will not release which game I'm reviewing yet because it's still in the process of making it just now.
How
But
titillating.
Ooh, suspense.
some shit is coming out in 2015. 2015 is going to be a good orgasmic year.
We're gonna get some
Gorgasmic.
subscribers.
More
That's
gasmic?
right. Gorgasm. That's a word now. I'm adopting that word. Thank you, Jacob.
At
I
the-
hope
at
you
the
don't
bottom of
patent
every-
it
of every
because I'm
video.
stealing it.
The description should
Oh,
just
now
be
I have to put that in a
gorgasmic.
video first.
Just
Um,
like what was the last one that you made? It was spoopy. It was
Spoopy? I didn't
scary
make that
and
up. That's all
spoopy.
of the
Spoopy.
internet.
Yes.
Spoopy.
I am not taking credit for that even as much as I want to. But yes, Mike, I will tell you for a fact that if you do Alien Isolation, me and Marcin will watch it because we're that game looks really cool, and I just refuse to play it.
Okay, there's a lot of things wrong with it. All right, check it out. Woo!
Yeah. That's it. I think that's the
Brandon
show.
Scott, good job.
Brandon Scott, you did a thing. Brandon might have a recording of him playing Destiny.
No.
He does
No.
not. Never mind. Doesn't
No.
exist.
Well, become a professional Twitcher.
Yeah.
I'll work
Yeah.
on it.
Or
That's
you
it.
can just pay me stuff and I'll put it on my channel.
You can pay me.
Or you could just buy me Jaeger and I'll put stuff on your channel.
Okay, well, I already did buy you Jaeger. Did you finish the bottle that I gave you?
No.
Okay.
I hope not
guys.
because I gave it to you like
That's
2
the end
days
of the
ago.
show. Trying to
I'm
figure
not-
out.
Hang
how
on,
to
wait.
meet people.
Before we finish this, Jacob, didn't you say you were gonna do a channel with some stories and some stuff?
I was. I'm still planning on it. However, this is keeping me busy because I have shitty software. As soon as I can afford better,
I can help you with
software
that stuff. I can help you
and
with that.
webcams and stuff like that. And once I have more free time, I will be doing. I'm going to do it. It's going to be a series on stories based on games from like FTL and stuff like that. Maybe whatever else I want to do. But yeah, look forward to that. Maybe sometime in 2015. Who knows?
Yay! 2015 is gonna be a good year.
So good, better than 2014. I mean, God. Anyways, guys, it's time to go. Just want to say,
Bye.
everyone say bye. Bye.
Bye.
I love
and
you so much.
Spoopy.
Have fun, guys, and good luck.